Want to see more cool videos on our channel? We do, so press this bell and enable to send notifications.
With all kinds of business activities coming to a standstill and auto-rickshaws, taxis and rickshaws off-road and movement stopped due to COVID-19 outbreak, thousands of labourers and daily wage earners struggle, looking for help in this hour of unprecedented crisis across the state. While the government has made arrangement for such people at different places, there are often not enough due to the magnitude of the problem. This has brought in some Good Samaritans to provide much-needed help to the needy as part of their social responsibility. The lights were on and the tables were set at Frog and the Bull on Friday as the restaurant in Austin, Texas welcomed back customers to its dining area. It was already an unforgettable day for owner David Fernandez, who for weeks had looked forward to reopening after the coronavirus stay-at-home order was lifted. But one customer's welcome back gift made the restaurant's return even more special for Fernandez and his employees. A man and his family who had visited the restaurant before, on Friday ordered a filet mignon, scallops, grilled steak and other items. The check came out to a hefty $337, but then the customer asked his server to double charge him. The server, 18-year-old Josh Pickoff, had never received such a request, so he brought out Fernandez to help. He said, "Charge me double for everything," and I asked, "Are you sure?" Fernandez recalled, and he said, "Yes." But after the customer received his updated check with the double charge, he then added a $300 tip for Pickoff and another $1,000 for the house, according to a picture of the check. His total came out to be $2,029. "I was really shocked at first because I didn't understand why he was giving it to me," Pickoff told CNN. But he said that he was extremely grateful that we were open and putting ourselves at risk to serve the community. The Frog and the Bull, an Iberian-inspired tapas restaurant, wasn't even 5 months old when the coronavirus pandemic led to an early closure on St. Patrick's Day. As healthcare workers risk their lives to care for patients infected with COVID-19, 2 Good Samaritans in Detroit decided to use their savings to buy them gas. Alan Marshall had saved up $900 to buy a knife sharpening tool, but he decided to use that money to buy gas for nurses at the Detroit Medical Center. The Good Samaritan stood outside an Exxon Express gas station near the hospital complex with a sign that read, "Free gas for nurses." "I just love them and I want them to know that," Marshall said. Another Good Samaritan, a woman identified only as Alana, heard about Marshall's good deed and brought another $200 for the cause, then pumped gas for the nurses. She said her nephew is a nurse. "It kills me every day to know that he's going to work. I don't know if he's going to get sick or what's going to happen," Alana said. "They're heroes, and we need to do what we can to support them." Imran Al-Samet, who works at the station, told CNN that Marshall bought gas for between 50 and 80 people across the 2 days. When he ran out of money, Marshall flipped the sign over where it read, "Thank you for all that you do." Michigan is one of the states hardest hit by COVID-19 with more than 14,000 confirmed cases and 540 deaths, according to data from Johns Hopkins University. Earlham Mayor Jeff Lilly received a call on March 26th asking how a donor who wished to remain anonymous could help the town's economy, according to reports. The donor initially wanted to buy 100 gift cards from 3 local businesses. The person called back 2 more times to bump the order, eventually offering to buy more than 500 gift cards for residents there. Earlham is a small town some 30 miles west of Des Moines, with about 1,450 residents. "I told him, at 500 you're darn near giving a gift card to every single household in Earlham," Lilly told CNN. "When I told him there were 549 households in town, he said, 'Done,' and that was it. I was ecstatic because it made sure everyone would get a card." A week later, everyone in the town received not just 1 gift card, but a gift card from each of the 3 local businesses, Westside Bar and Grill, Hometown Market, a grocery store, and Trostle's Broken Branch, a restaurant and coffee shop. The donation added a major lift of roughly $27,000 to each of the businesses. The Good Samaritan ended up purchasing $82,350 in gift cards. Spain is one of the worst hit countries by the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic. In these tough times, here comes an act of kindness which has turned many on social media emotional. A video clip shared by El Taxi Unido, Spanish taxi union on the microblogging website Twitter, shows a sweet gesture from doctors and other health workers in Madrid. In the video, the medical staff is giving a standing ovation to a taxi driver and also a check. This was a huge surprise for the taxi driver. They'd planned this to thank him for giving free rides to patients amid the coronavirus crisis in Spain. The driver turned emotional. He was teary-eyed after receiving the check. In Spanish, it also wrote what the health workers had said. "It's a surprise that we've given a taxi driver who takes patients without charge to the hospital. We've given him an envelope with money and a dedication. We've called him to say that he had to make a transfer and it had been very exciting." He did not stop to cry. He's previously compared raising 3 boys to running a small correctional facility, and it appears as though Will Ferrell has realised how much he took for granted sending his sons, aged between 10 to 16, to school every day before COVID-19. 52-year-old actor was wearing a t-shirt that read, "Pay teachers more money," while picking up rubbish along his street. He kept safe with an N99 mask and a cap on his head. The Step Brothers actor was seen alone and used a trash picker to assist in keeping Los Angeles clean. Christine Grundy drove 2 hours from her home in Capeen Creek in northern rural New South Wales to Woolworths in the small town of Casino on Monday. Once Mrs. Grundy, who has brain cancer, got to the checkout, she was told she'd have to forego her cheese due to buying limits. She then left the supermarket and was lining up at a nearby newsagent when a Good Samaritan caught up to her. "Before I knew it, the lady in her 60s, who was in the line behind me, gave me the Parmesan cheese," the tearful mother said in a video posted to social media. "She said to me, 'Here, you can't have spaghetti bolognese without Parmesan.' When I got over the shock, I asked her if I could give her something for it, but she just smiled, waved and rushed off with her trolley. It was lovely." The things that have been going on with how horrible everything is in grocery stores and people attacking other people and staff, it's just too much. But this one lady showed me that there's still decent people out there. That was a wonderful thing to do, and she didn't actually ask for anything in return.
So thank you to that random stranger in my rural town centre. Thank you.
A heartbreaking photograph of an elderly woman staring at empty grocery shelves during the COVID-19 pandemic has brought together the best of humanity as people across the world offer to buy and send her groceries. The viral image was taken in the canned food aisle of the Port Melbourne Coles at 12 p.m. on Thursday. 9 News journalist Seb Costello posted the image on Twitter and said the woman, who has not been identified, was in tears. "This captures who is suffering from the me-first, unnecessary trend of panic buying," he wrote. Good Samaritans have since sent countless emails to Daily Mail Australia sharing their heartbreak at the image, as well as offering to lend a helping hand. "I don't know the older woman in the photo crying, but if you find her, please try to find out what she needs and I'll donate to her," one email read. "With these hard times and our elderly having these issues, I wish I could do so much more. I feel this in my heart." Another reader said the picture left him in tears and they hoped a fellow shopper was able to help. Mr. Manikandan, who used to work as a marketing executive, took to social work in 2012 to ensure that the bodies of people who were either abandoned by their families or orphaned were given a decent burial or cremation. In the wake of the COVID-19 lockdown, he's also helping families who've settled in different parts of the world to ensure that the last rites for their kin are satisfactorily completed. He's been in touch with several old age homes, shelters and hospice facilities for the last 8 years. Since the lockdown, I've been calling contacts every 2 days to check if they're in need of any supplies. When a death occurs at an odd hour, I'm sure to get a call, he says. Mr. Manikandan says he'll usually call in advance and inform authorities at the local crematoriums and burial grounds about when the ceremony is likely to take place. Usually the bodies are wrapped in new clothes. They also have a garland and a packet of elupori, he says. Now, however, it's getting increasingly difficult to ensure that we can provide new saris for the woman or find garlands. Some Good Samaritans, through word of mouth, come and help us during these times, but it's a hard task, he says. He adds that instead of the traditional elupori, he now provides a small packet of rice instead, which he takes from home. These are just a few, but there are so many other incidents from all over the world that show examples that humanity still exists. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please let me know by clicking the like button. Do share, write a comment, and don't forget to subscribe so that you can catch up my next video.